What's up, guys? Ace Poker here. I'm on my way to Parks, getting ready to film vlog 7. I got something interesting. I'm gonna start a $0 to $20,000 bankroll challenge today. So what that means is I'm gonna start with $0, and after every session I'm gonna put up a counter. If I win 500, it'll be 500 out of 20,000. Then it's gonna roll into the next session. If I lose 200, we'll be at 300 out of 20,000. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna see how long it takes me to make $20,000 starting today. So hopefully that'll be interesting for you guys to watch. I just thought that would be like a cool concept for you guys to follow along and, you know, root for me. And hopefully it won't take too long. That's just wishful thinking. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it today. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, welcome back to vlog 7. Thanks for tuning in. As you see, we're starting the $0 to $20,000 bankroll challenge today. And let's kick this off with Jack 10 offsuit. I call a raise to $25, and so does the guy to my left, and we're headed 3 ways to a flop. We see a board of Ace Queen 5 with 2 hearts, and the action checks around. Seeing the 8 of spades on the turn now gives us a double gutter, as any 9 or king gives us a straight. I lead out for $25 and immediately get raised to $125. Looking back on this, I obviously should just fold, but getting caught in the moment of playing my first hand and hoping to win a huge one right away, I call. We get immediately punished when the river is another queen. I check, he bets, and we fold, starting off down $150. Alright, this might be one of the most interesting hands I've ever played, so follow along. I look down at Ace King offsuit and raise it up to 25 and get 2 callers. So we're headed 3 ways to a flop of 10-7-3. Obviously, not a bad flop, and I still should have all the stronger hands on here. Ace 10, aces, kings, queens. You know, I'm not always just going to have complete air when I raise. So I continue for $30, and only the player to my direct left makes the call. Headed to a turn, which comes another 3, which is another great card for me. And I decide to check here, and my reasoning was that I was going to go into check call mode if he did have a 10 or a 7, but I also wanted to let him bet and blast off with a lot of draws, a lot of, you know, overcards, anything that has nothing right now and I'm still beating. As, you know, player types come into this huge. That's where I can't really explain how I feel on the table and the exact player type. But I did feel like this player was capable of bluffing, was capable of just betting with nothing. So I check it over to him, and he decides to bet $65, and I proceed with the call. We're headed to a river, which comes a jack. An interesting card, as he definitely could have some sort of, you know, queen jack, king jack, something that he bet and, you know, now got there. I decide to check, and now he bets $135. And I go into the tank. I go deep into the tank. I'm a little annoyed. I just lost the previous hand. I don't want to let this guy bluff. I don't want to just, you know, get thrown around on the table. You know, if people always see that I'm folding to aggression, I'm going to be put into a lot of tough spots later in the session. So I look back at my cards. I take some deep breaths. I decide. I mull it over. And I decide to put in the call. He says, nice call, but flips over ace king of diamonds. So we have the exact same hand. Obviously, seeing that he's got the exact same hand, I'm going to say that I should have bet the turn, should have bet the river, but, you know, it's 50-50 in the moment, and I got what I wanted. Just sucks he had the same hand. Alright, we pick up with this one on the flop here, as I raised ace 10 of spades, got 2 callers, and we see a board of 10-5 deuce. So finally, we make a hand. Let's get some money. I decide to bet out for $55. And immediately get raised to $200. This is disgusting. I don't necessarily put him on a value hand right away. We block top set. He definitely could have a lower set, but there's 2 hearts out there. This is a good thinking player, and I definitely could think that he's on a draw until the next player thinks about it and decides to call the $200. This is disgusting. Obviously, we could come over the top and jam to just deny equity from straight draws, flush draws, but we decide to take the safer route, and unfortunately, we have to throw this one away. Super frustrating session. Alright, let's get some money back when we look down at pocket 10s, raise it up to $30, get 1 caller, and we're going heads up to a flop. I don't remember the exact flop. It was all low cards. He checks to us. We continue for 30. and unfortunately he folds, so just continuing the theme of frustration. Alright, it might be a spoiler here, but we finally win a hand. Wow, this is crazy. It's limped around to me. I get Jack 10 suited, bump it up to $25, and we get not one, not two, but 3 callers. So we're looking to just finally hit something. Please, can we hit something? And boom, we flop a flush on King 8-5, all clubs. I'm debating what I should do. Should I check raise? Should I lead out? Should I just check, see what happens? I decide to lead out here. Folds over all the way back to the guy across the table from me, the guy who just cold called the 200 in the previous 2 hands ago, and he gives me hope, raises it up to $75. We're a bit shorter here as we've just been losing. We're down to about $350 left from our $800 stack, so we just jam it all in, no need to wait. And he pretty quickly calls, so we're headed off to a run out, which looks pretty safe. And I say, I got a flush, and he says, you're good. Claims to have had a lower flush. Not quite sure if I believe him, but finally we get chips pushed in our direction, and we're back to even. I think we're up about $30 at this point. Alright, let's get some momentum moving in the right direction. We look down at ace jack of spades in the small blind. There's an open to 20, a caller to my right, and I decided to 3-bet this up to 100. I don't really like just calling out of the small blind as you're playing out of position the entire hand. Just makes it super awkward. So I 3-bet it up to 100, and it gets back to the guy across the table who originally opened, and he goes all in. So we're right back to the frustration. Obviously, there's some hands that we're flipping against. I think pocket 5s through pocket 10s might take the same line, and again, we're just flipping. Or he's got aces, kings, queens, or he's got ace, king, ace, queen, in which we are just completely crushed. So we are either A, flipping, or B, completely crushed, and you just shouldn't put all your money in when those are the 2 outcomes, because then even if we're right and we're flipping, we still have to win the flip and hit an ace, hit a jack, hit a flush. Just not the best spot. You can pick better spots to put your money in, and unfortunately we have to fold, and we just throw $100 out the window. Okay, get ready for the hand of the night and the last hand of the night. So I look down at 5-6 of spades in the small blind. There's a raise to 25, 2 callers before it gets to me, and I decide to complete. So we're headed 4 ways to a flop, which is a pretty good one in 10-3-3 with 2 spades. I started off with a check. The original raiser bets 30. There's a call to my right. I think this is an amazing spot to check raise, as I'm pretty much one of the only people in the hands that should have a 3. So I think I could blow them off of a 10, maybe off of an overpair here, and I decided to check raise it up to $150. The original raiser folds, and the guy to my right thinks about it for a little bit and calls. So now I'm actually a little bit worried in my head, because pretty much the only thing I think he would be calling here with is a flush draw. And if he's got a flush draw, it's higher than mine. So I'm not quite sure that I actually really want to see a spade here. He definitely could just call with a 10, but I just don't think that he would. Most of the players play very scared, very tight, and would most likely fold a 10 here. He could have a 3, but I think he might re-raise, so I'm not really quite sure what I'm looking for. But we get there right on the turn with the queen of spades, and now I've got a decision. I've got a little bit more than what's in the pot, as I've been losing a couple hands, and like I just said, I'm not quite sure what exactly he has. If he's got a flush draw, he's now beating me, because unless he's got specifically like 2-4 or 2-5 of spades, then he's got a higher flush than me. And here's where I make the mistake of just going all in. And although he definitely could have a 3 here, I don't even think he would call this, so I just think I'm getting only better hands to call me with this. It's a horrible play, and as you can tell, he calls pretty quickly and flips over king 7 of spades. So once again, just like last vlog, we are getting fucked by king 7. It's very, very frustrating, because obviously that's a hand that should not be played. Yes, I play plenty of crazy hands, but I don't really get crazy out of line with them. It's just frustrating, because if I was playing higher stakes, if I was playing the 10-10 game, don't think anybody would be showing up with this hand. But the river comes another queen, which would have given him a win anyways if he had a 3. or if he somehow had a queen and we lose and we start off this bankroll challenge negative $800. So not exactly the way I wanted to start, but it's going to give me motivation to continue to grind. Going to play my next session tomorrow or maybe today, depending on when this video comes out. And hopefully I can give you guys a good update and be positive in this bankroll challenge. Thanks for tuning in. Although this was a rough episode to watch, I'm always going to show you guys the ups and the downs, as it would be pretty unrealistic to keep showing you guys wins. Yes, this is a loss. I lost. It's frustrating, but, thanks guys for watching the videos. Thanks for supporting me. Please help click the subscribe button, the like button, as I can only start making money from YouTube when I get 1,000 subscribers. Although that's not the goal of this channel, that would definitely help me out, as editing takes me 7-8 hours every single video. So I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys and have a great day. Also, quickly wanted to mention, if you guys want to join the Poker Bros Club I'm in, here's all the info. The club owners are awesome. There's games running 24/7 and the action is great. It's an awesome way to play on your free time just from your phone. I love it, and you guys should definitely hop in the action.